All right, everybody, welcome back to the Mile High Monster. I am your host, Mike Carmelini, and huge news from Dove Valley today. We're going to get into all that. J.K. Dobbins, guys, J.K. Dobbins is back just in time. We need him. Jared Stiddy needs him. What a time. Before I get into all that, Bo, we hear from Bo today. We hear from Jared today. We heard from Coach today. And JK back. This is probably some of the best news we've got since we watched that game against the Bills and were just elated and celebrating and then got hit with the bad news. So it's about time for some good news. But before we get into that, I do want to touch on a couple things. First of all, this is crazy, right? The Stiddy City, the Stiddy party, Stiddy's nuts. This is a tweet I sent out 2 hours ago. Look at the, let me see if I can show this to you guys. This is, look at the profile pictures on all the people in my notifications. Almost to a person. It's that Stiddy, meme LeBron thing with the glasses and the headphones and stuff. What a crazy, wonderful thing to go. I mean, just from a personal perspective, Monday I was kind of shook, here we are going to the AFC Championship game, this wonderful season, and I got to tell you, man, I was pretty down. And then, we just started with this, let's just get on board with Stiddy. And like most of you, jumped on this right away. And I'll tell you what, Broncos country might be getting a little bit of flack for this, but I don't care. Like we are, we're embracing this and we're circling the wagons. And the team is too. Like I saw today in the press conference when Stidham was asked about it, he was very well aware of it. It's kind of taken on a life of its own. This is a really, really fun time. And we're not even talking about yet the football play of Jarrett Stidham and what coach plans to do with him. But I did want to bring this up first, just because it's kind of taken on such a big life of its own. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's helped all of us kind of heal up, get past that shock of Bo breaking his ankle and, and able to move on together. I've never seen Broncos country so united ever. And now I've been around a long time as a Broncos fan. So I've seen us, paint the town orange. I've seen it all, but on Twitter, I've never seen it like this. So it's just been great. And that's a testament to all the Broncos fans out there. It's Stiddy time. And look, guys, we've made it national. So this is obviously Kay Adams at Up and Adams. Broncos fans, did we miss the memo? Should we update our profile as well? Yeah, she should. In fact, I responded to that with show us your Stiddies. So I don't know how that's going to go over, but apparently I got a lot of likes from Broncos country. We'll see how they react to it if they ever see it. But that would be pretty cool if this actually takes place, because we know that Kay Adams is certainly not even a closet Broncos fan. She loves Sean Payton and she loves Bo Nix. Let's get into a little bit of the good news, a little more of the good news. Luke Wattenberg has returned from IR. He practiced today, and I don't believe he was even listed as limited today. So we're talking about a game that rightfully so, we're hoping the run game can get going. We're going to get into the run game a little bit today. It has not gotten going for us. It has in spots. Certainly RJ Harvey has been a nice surprise as catching the ball out of the backfield and making some big plays. He sure knows how to get to the end zone, and he's very hard to tackle. But down to down, the Broncos have not performed very well. I think this Luke Wattenberg news really helps us a lot. And then a little just to hit on Bo real quick. Sam Ellinger actually went to Bo's house last night. Bo had surgery and he flew home, and he got to hang out with him. Said his spirits were high, and he was I guess I thought I read somewhere else. I don't see it here, but that he was feeling confident, feeling good about the surgery. And then, of course, we got this from Bo on his Instagram. The last few days have been hard to put into words. What started as one of the most exciting games I've ever been a part of ended with some of the most devastating football news I've ever received. This is not how I imagined my season would come to an end, but our season has been defined by overcoming adversity and responding to it. Well, that's true. If you've been watching, you know damn well what he's talking about. Bo goes on, says he can't express how much this team and organization means to me and how much I believe in them. I couldn't be more proud of our guys. I couldn't be more confident in Jarrett, and I couldn't be more excited for what's next. Thank you for all the kind words, love and support over the last few days. He's talking about all of us, Broncos country. That's our guy. He's thankful to his trainers, Bo, Vince, and of course, Dr. Waldrop, for taking good care of him. God never says oops, and he's always good. He has big plans for this team. We're not finished. As a matter of fact, we're just getting started. We're just going to keep climbing higher. Go Broncos. Gosh, man, it was so hard to read that. He's heartbroken. You know how much he wants to be there. I just can't tell you guys how blessed we are to have Bo Nix in Denver, man. I mean, anybody that's been around for the last 10 years knows exactly what I'm talking about. So Sean did talk today to the media. Most of it was coach speak, good stuff. But I loved this quote from him when asked about Jarrett Stidham. He said, Jarrett's going to rip it, and that's going to be our approach. Now, I have thoughts. I absolutely think that the Patriots feel like we're going to try and turtle. And what I mean by that is play it safe, try and run the ball, maybe do some short passes and stuff. Man, Jarrett Stidham excels in some areas that Sean can really take advantage of. Now, I won't go all analyst on you guys because I don't like to be fake. You know that about me. I'm probably more of a fan than I am an analyst. I have David Talks Broncos. I have Zach Seegers from Let's Talk Broncos. We're on a show every week. I let those guys do all that stuff. But I can tell you right now that Jarrett Stidham will push the ball downfield, which Bo does. He will throw to the middle of the field. You will definitely see some slants and some dagger approaches that we might not be seeing, that the Patriots might not be expecting from us. And I do know that they do obviously know Jared really well with the Patriots. He was drafted by the Patriots, and Josh McDaniels took him to the Raiders. So my response to that is, this is Sean's system. So they may know some things about Jared, but Sean's system with Jared could be very effective. I love that. He's going to rip it, and that will be our approach. Guys, I believe him at his word. I really honestly believe he's it's win now. I think he knows he can't depend on the defense, at least not from what I've seen from the defense lately. You guys have seen it. The Bills didn't punt one time that whole game. So unless we plan on ripping the ball out of somebody's hands 5 times, we're going to have to step up on defense again. And we're not just going to be able to hand it off and expect to win this game. I think we can do some keep away stuff at home, but love that quote. Here's more good news. It just keeps piling on, guys. Here's our injury report. Everybody's full, right down, all the way down, even past. So I was right. Luke Wattenberg was a full participant today. So expect Luke back on the field. Now, Forsythe is dealing with an ankle, so this could not have come at a better time. So Forsythe goes out, Wattenberg comes back in. Huge news, right? Pair that with right here, J.K. Dobbins. Now, I talked to a few people that were at practice today, and he apparently was moving and looking really good. Like there was nothing wrong with him. Now, I know that playing a football game is very different. There's going to be a lot more force put on. You guys know all this stuff, but just to hear that he's limited, and he's going to play. Unless he hurts himself somehow this week, he is going to play this game. And this is the best news we've gotten since Sunday night. We've all been waiting for JK to come back. This was always the game. If we made it this far, this was always the game. And it's right here in front of us. As you guys are, just like me, Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin, those two I don't like see limited. Now, what I will say, if Pat Bryant can pass concussion protocol, coming off his second, I don't know, maybe. But I think that would be fantastic. That Bills game, you saw it. It was obviously Sean's plan to just tear them up with Pat Bryant. The first three catches, I think, certainly the first three. Yeah, I think the first three catches were all by Bryant, and he was injured on the third one, and he was gone for the rest of the game, which brought us to Marvin Mims, who went like 8 for 8 and almost 100 yards. So always good with the bad, right? Like something happens, and this Broncos team is so resilient, and then all of a sudden Mims is out there, just lighting it up. So imagine Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, and Mims all out there. Very possible this week, guys. I had a lot of people reach out to me about Bo Nix just being listed as did not practice and not put on IR. Guys, that will probably happen on Friday or Saturday. So don't read anything into that. I mean, I bet Bo would want to play if he could. I mean, you guys know Bo. That's just the kind of guy he is. But he's not going to be able to play. So, I mean, I'm not even going to let myself talk myself into thinking about that. So, okay, Sleeper Broncos. This is a great account, by the way. If you don't know who this is, at Sleeper Broncos. I just started following him. I don't know, the last few months or so, but he did a great job of breaking some of this Bo stuff down. I just, before I move on to Patriots and Broncos, I just want to talk about, how special a time this is, and how great it is to have Bo on our team. Man, just that. You remember what did they call it? The little carnival thing with the Broncos quarterbacks on it, man. The carousel. Oh my God, the coaching carousel and the quarterback carousel. I got so sick of watching that stuff, guys. It is just amazing to have that be in our past. But listen to some of this stuff, and I recognize most of this stuff, so I didn't double check them all. But I'm pretty confident in all these. And thanks for the comments, guys. Get in the comments, please. Hi, Chase. I like to have a little back and forth, see what you guys are thinking. And I know this is a weird time for this show. David and I will be doing our regular show tomorrow, and I just wanted to get out here because I had some stuff ready to go, and I was too excited about the news coming out of Dove Valley. But let's get into this a little bit. Bo Nix, first ever quarterback, 20+ wins, 7,500+ yards, 50+ touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. First ever quarterback, by the way. This is a lot of quarterbacks in a lot of years. I mean, first ever, maybe greatest 2 years ever. Tied for most wins by a quarterback in his first 2 seasons, 24. Most game-winning drives, first 2 seasons, 10. Most comeback wins in a single season, 12. There's some like sophomore slump talk memories. If you remember at the beginning of the year, there were a lot of people predicting Bo was a candidate for a sophomore slump. And of course, we know all the Shouty Show idiots out there who picked us Broncos to be last in the league and And then all season we put up with how we were the frauds. This is one of the greatest Broncos seasons uh, of all time. I mean, of my life. It really is. It's hard to enjoy these while they're happening. And I know I'm getting off track. And that's the beauty of doing these shows by myself, these solo shows. I can just come out here and BS with you guys like we're talking football. But when I think about this season, it really does remind me in a lot of ways of the 2015 season. Not the backup quarterback stuff and that all that aside, but like during that whole season, I thought we were a good team. And we had a chance to win most games. Peyton was definitely, something happened to Peyton real quick. Like he looked fantastic, and then didn't. Like just that offseason, Kubiak came in, changed the whole game plan, and it looked like he just lost his arm, his neck, or whatever. Like it just kind of fell apart for him. Excuse me. So I guess my point is, when the Super Bowl came, we got to the Super Bowl, I kind of was like, well, first of all, you have to remember Carolina was like 15-1 or whatever they were. Like they were the powerhouse team. And, we were all in Boulder and we're watching the game. And I just remember thinking, man, it's awesome that we got here. And, let's just have a good showing. Let's make a game of it. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I didn't really feel like, I mean, of course we had a chance. I always think we have a chance. I watched John Elway play, there's always a chance, but I just was like, I'm happy to be here kind of thing, and when we won that game, you start looking at seasons in hindsight and you go back and we talk about this historically great defense and, the wonderful coaching job that Kubiak did and how this is one of the great teams of all time and stuff. But I can tell you firsthand when it was happening and when I was watching it, it didn't feel that way. But now when I look back at it, it's like, my gosh, what a team, what a defense. I mean, Von Miller and the no-fly zone, it was just crazy. And, how good they were. And it's like, they made all these plays, they're scoring on defense and there's strip sacks on Cam Newton and, interceptions and scoring enough points. And it's just like, wow, what an incredible season and an incredible team. But at the time, it was stressful and you didn't have time to really appreciate it. This is what this season feels like to me. Like when Bo went out, I immediately went into, this is just me as a fan, this is my one of my faults as a fan. I go to protection, like I go into protection mode. It's like, okay, all right, that's awesome. We beat the media darling Bills, the best quarterback left in the playoffs, all this stuff, the frauds. We beat the Bills in an incredible fashion. And then we get the news. We're live on the air, by the way, at the time. And Bo's out. And I almost immediately went into like looking back mode. It's like, well, I'm happy that we made it this far, this defeatism or whatever it's called. And I caught myself doing it. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to do that. But I definitely was in mourning. But I mean, now that I've had a few days and I'm looking back at this season, like it really does rank up there, guys. Like what an amazing ride. You hear all the national stuff. This team is lucky. This team has an easy schedule. This team, which wasn't true, by the way. And this team is winning in spite of Bo, or just all the dumbest stuff that you've ever heard. And it's not that you believe it when you hear it, but when you hear something over and over again, it affects you either way. It still affects you, and you want to prove the doubters wrong. The team wants to prove everybody wrong, but the team was always very confident. I mean, you watch the players talk the way they are. They expect to win every game. Sean certainly expects to win every game. And Bo Nix definitely expects to win every game. That guy's just a winner. And I found myself like chastising myself a little bit for doubting at all. And thanks to Broncos country and the STIDDY party and the STIDDY City and all this stuff, I'm back on board. If you'd asked me Monday morning who I would pick or put my money on in this game, I would have dropped it all on the Patriots right there and said, "Hey, man, it's just the way it is. It's bad luck. It happens. Quarterback goes out, and there goes your team." But I honestly, I'm telling you guys, I don't feel that way. And I'm not just saying that because we don't do that on the show. Like, we screw around on the show, but we don't. We always want to be genuine here, and I'm being very genuine with you right now. I have a confidence level in this game that might not be appropriate, but it's there. I mean, what can I do? I have faith in Jared Stidham. I have faith in this coaching staff to put a good plan together. And with this injury report coming out the way it is, everything's coming into place as far as I'm concerned. Like, it just feels like, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I hope you guys know what I mean, because I guess it is confidence. Like, I feel like I'm just confident in this team, and I guess it's just okay to be that, right? Like, why should we doubt the other 52 players because Bo's out? He didn't do it by himself. Now, he certainly won games for us in crazy fashion, which just, with the cap situation we're in, with the whole Russell Wilson debacle and all that, like, we have a future to look forward to. But I'm looking forward to Sunday. And a few points on this game I think we should probably bring up real quick. This will be the 5th time that the Broncos have hosted the New England Patriots at Mile High. The Patriots are 0-4 coming into Mile High. They have never won a playoff game in Denver. The 1986 divisional round, we beat the Patriots 22-17. That was John Elway. Jake Plummer took care of them 27-13 in 2005 divisional round. Divisional round we lost was 2011, but that was there. That was not at home. 2013 AFC Championship game. So we got 2 AFC Championship games here. The Broncos won both of them. 26-16, that was Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. That was a hell of a game, as you guys probably remember. And of course, the nail biter in 2015, we took them down 20-18. The Patriots have never won a playoff game in Denver. That's significant to me. This is a day of nothing but good news. Broncos 15-3, home record 8-1. We lost to the Jaguars at home, right? And I think the Buffalo Bills are more Jaguar-esque than the Patriots are. I think that was a bad matchup. I also thought the Buffalo Bills were a bad matchup for us. And if not for Bo heroics and some turnovers, it would have been even a worse matchup. The Broncos just found a way to win that game. They outwilled them. And one of the most exciting games, like when I went back and rewatched it, I stress, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I stress out when the Broncos are playing. Like, I'm like, don't look at me. But when I go back and watch it, then I can just, okay, I know we won. I can just watch players, and I can watch, like, think about what coaching, was done where. And when I watched that game, we kind of dominated them in that game, which is kind of strange with as close as that game was. Defensively, it was just a bad game plan. I thought VJ didn't plan for a lot of the stuff that everybody watching this show right now probably was like, why are we not spying Josh Allen? And why are we spying him with him? Why are we letting him run around the perimeter like this? Or, there was just not one punt. Now the Patriots are a little bit different of a team. Josh McDaniels will have an excellent, I hate that guy, will have an excellent offensive plan for the Broncos this game. Let's be honest. He will. But the matchups themselves, I kind of like the Broncos defense versus this offense. And I'd love to know your thoughts on what you guys think of that too. Uh, just real quick, I hit these when I do solo shows. I tend to forget about the chat sometimes, but Chase is here. Brett Hilber's my guy. If Nick Foles can do it in 2017, Stidham can lock it up in 2026. Helps we have so much talent elsewhere. On a more serious note, first of all, Brett, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Now, I will say that Nick Foles thing was crazy. This is very similar to that. Nick Foles was a very capable backup. I think Jared Stidham is, if not the best backup, he's one of the best backups in the league. Sean said he is better than, well, how did he put it? He's one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the league. So he's basically saying he should be starting somewhere. And I do agree with that. When Bo won the quarterback competition over Jared Stidham, it wasn't that he outplayed him. I mean, if you remember, Jared Stidham in some ways played as well or better than Bo did. This is 2 seasons ago, right? And so what do? Well, you have a first round draft pick in Bo. If it's a tie, you go with the rookie. You just do. It's stupid not to. Get the guy out there. And what does he do? He goes, 10-7 and takes us to the playoffs. So obviously they made the right decision. But it wasn't Jared's fault. He came out, he took his lumps. He's like, I think I'm a starter in this league, but I'll do whatever I can to help Bo. And he caught crap for that. But I thought, if that were me, I would say the same thing. Like, I'm not losing any confidence. I feel like I'm a starter in this league, but yeah, I got my guys back, and now they're like best friends. So a great backup, a great teammate, and now it's his time. And if he can pull off a Nick Foles, I will keep my Stidham profile pic up on my Twitter account until we start training camp next year. Or later this year. Thanks, Dylan, for reposting the stream, my guy. Guys, if you're watching for the first time, hey, Martin. What's going on, Martin? This is a team of destiny. It feels that way. You know what? I was going to tell you guys this. There's a few destiny things that came up. Of course, I don't, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. Isn't that how the saying goes? I wrote this down today when I should have been working, and I wasn't. But the Broncos and the Pats have met 55 times in the history of the two teams. And the all-time record, the Broncos lead that matchup 31-24. And then as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, that was the final score of Super Bowl 32, 31-24. I mean, so there's your mystical team of destiny stuff. I know that I think it was T came in. I tweeted that out, and I don't know his full name because he just goes by Tim Contic, maybe is his name. But he came in and he said it's like exactly 1 year to the day, or that game was played on the same date. I don't know. There's like a lot of those coincidences. You can always find them, but it's fun, and it sure is a lot more fun when you're playing this time of year than when you're sitting at home complaining about whether something was a catch or not. So, but let's be honest, Drake May, MVP candidate, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, got a lot of turnover-worthy plays. So it's surprising he's only got 8 interceptions. Now, let's hope the Broncos take advantage of any of those errant throws. I thought the Texans did a pretty good job of pressuring him, and I thought he did a pretty good job of handling that pressure. Just C.J. Stroud was so awful that the Texans didn't have a chance. I don't expect a C.J. Stroud type game, and if that's what the Patriots are expecting, I think they're in for a long day. I think the Broncos are going to give them everything they've got, and they're going to make a game out of it. Broncos, of course, have 68 sacks in the regular season, and that's for a reason. They're going to get after Drake May and put some pressure on him. Hopefully, we get some, get some turnovers. And they have, and let's be honest, the Patriots have struggled with ball security in the playoffs too, and of course their left tackle has just been getting kind of owned. So hopefully a big day from this pass rush, because I think if they get Trevion Henderson running, whatever his name is, I think we wanted him in the draft, but now that we didn't get him, I'm like, screw that guy. We've got a chance to win this game, guys. Let me talk a little bit about our guy J.K. Dobbins coming back, and I'll put this up here because I just want to see it, because this makes me happy. J.K. Dobbins is back. I love that. So here we are. This is the AFC Championship game, right? And now somebody check me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that J.K. went out in week 10, right? So he is still the leading rusher for the Broncos, and he's been out since week 10, and we are in the AFC Championship game. That shows you, so he was on pace for like almost 1,400 yards this year rushing. That's a big, we're missing that a lot. There's like 1,380 yards or something. I remember somebody on one of the shows we did, somebody did the math for us. But now this isn't a knock on RJ Harvey at all. As you know, I'm a huge RJ Harvey fan, but he has not played well in his first season from the backfield as your every down back. He's hesitant to hit the hole. Now, when he does, he is very hard to tackle. As you've seen, he's saved a lot. He's saved Sean Payton's butt 100 times by taking a 3-yard loss and turning it into a 12-yard game, especially on a screen pass. So he's very valuable to the team, and we're going to need him to come up big on Sunday, and I believe he will. But for the last few weeks of the season and till now in the playoffs, like, he's barely, if he even is, he's barely averaging 3 yards a carry. J.K. Dobbins averaged 5 yards a carry, over 5 yards a carry for the season. I think he's right at 5 now. I thought it was like 5.1. So whatever, 0.1, who cares? But still, you're looking at an almost 2-yard advantage. And it's not just the yards, it's the threat of those yards. So now you got this combination of the Patriots maybe underestimating Jarrett Stidham, and then bringing people into the box. They're going to try and do this, pressure thing, but yet stop the run. There's going to be opportunity here for the tight ends, who have been underutilized this year, if I'm being honest. And some of those quick routes that Jarrett Stidham's really good at throwing. This J.K. Dobbins news is, gosh, guys, I just can't help but say huge. And I keep saying that, but it really is, guys. He's just, he could be the key to winning this game for the Denver Broncos. If you get out to, and I kind of feel like we have the opportunity to do this. If we get out to a lead in this game, we don't want to hit that third quarter. Let's say we go into the half and it's 13-10. That would be a really good situation for us, as you know. First of all, the altitude is a huge factor, as Sean said last week. In the second half is when that starts to show up. The Patriots are flying in on Saturday night. They're not going to acclimate themselves. It's very dry here. It's hard to breathe. It's the second half is when they're going to have trouble staying hydrated in the Mile High. So an underrated factor of that, the cramping, they'll be tired. That's when we're going to want to start pounding the rock. We don't want to turtle in the third quarter, because that is the quarter where we start to lose leads. We start to get ourselves in trouble. And then the fourth quarter comes, you guys know exactly what happens. Bo Nix turns into, I don't want to say Superman, because that's what they call Josh Allen, but literally that's what he does. He comes in and saves the game for us. I don't expect that from Jarrett Stidham, and it's not fair that any of us should. But if we can weather that third quarter and have a J.K. Dobbins type pound the rock where he's going 5 yards per carry, this ball game is over, guys. Now, am I underestimating the Patriots? No, I'm not. I've never been one to call them soft or talk about their easy schedule. You've never heard me do that in a serious tone. The reason I say that is because it's really hard to win in the NFL anyway against the, like the difference between good teams and great and, bad teams is like that, that thick of a line, except for, garbage teams, of course, like the Raiders. But for like regular, normal professional football teams, the line's kind of not that big. It's like not a huge difference. So every week it's pretty hard to win with very few exceptions. And I thought it would also be disingenuous for Broncos fans to talk about the Patriots' easy schedule or that they were frauds while we're being attacked in the same exact way as them. I just thought that would be silly. And so I've always respected them. And I know that Sean does. He respects that team. There's no way that they're, what are they, 15 now? They got 15 wins this year because they played one more game than us, right? So they should be 15, 16-3, and we're 15-3. I don't know. I'm so bad at math. That's why I do podcasts, because I failed math. Yeah. Whatever. Thanks for putting up with me. Yeah, 16-3. Okay, so there's my math. So they've won 16 games this year. You don't go 16-3, because you had a soft schedule or or whatever. That was a rough game they played. The Texans were like beating the crap out of them, not score wise, but like they were coming after them. And I thought the Patriots I thought that most of the stuff they did in that game was pretty impressive of how they weathered that storm and just kept ticking at them, and then they just took it away from them and finished them off. It's not going to be the same thing in Denver. It's going to be tougher. Curious to know how Broncos country feels about the defense and their ability to weather the storm, and what your confidence is with Sean Payton and Stiddy being able to win, I guess, and play well without our star MVP Bo Nix. Certainly not as confident in the team without Bo Nix, but I'm not unconfident, if that's a word. So to wrap this up, first of all, thank you guys all for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Last I looked, we're cruising right up to 2,000. We're getting 300 followers this month. So 350 would be great, because that would put me over 2,000. And that is awesome. And that's because you guys do a great job of tuning in. Love having you on every time. I will be back tomorrow with David Talks Broncos on the show. We'll be on at 4:30 Mountain, 5:30 Central. We're going to break down the Patriots game. That's why I'm not going to get into it too much today. I just wanted to touch on it. Just too excited about all the great news. We should be, we miss our guy, but guys, it's time to get on board with Stiddy. And I guess, I don't know, like feel confident, like circle the wagons, man. Like we're here. We might as well win it, right? I mean, why not? Why not us? Jared Stidham, gosh, man, I could ramble on all day. Jared Stidham is, do we honestly think he's that much worse than Drake May or Bo Nix or any other quarterbacks? I don't think that he wins the starting job over Bo Nix or Drake May. I'm not crazy. I'm not that crazy, but I don't feel like you're talking about a guy that can't win a playoff game at home in a system he's been in for 3 years, who practices every day like he's the starter. He reiterated that again today. What's up, guys, over at Rocky Mountain Sports Network? Good to see you guys. I'm just saying, have heart, have hope. It's the hope that kills you, but it's not a done deal. As I like to say, not so fast. This game ain't over. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Go Broncos.